Friends, gather round because tonight we're diving into the wild world of Medicare fraud, Texas style. Meet Jeremiah and Maria Luisa Yzaguirre, a couple from Harlingen, Texas, who apparently thought healthcare was just a fancy term for a personal slush fund. They owned Southwest Medical Home Patient, a company that was supposed to provide medical equipment. Sounds legit, right? Wrong. These two saw an opportunity to milk the system for all it was worth. And milk it they did. Between 2019 and 2023, they billed Medicare for a staggering $14 million in bogus wheelchair repairs. That's right, folks. Wheelchair repairs. You know, for all those wheelchair marathons they weren't running. Now you might be thinking, John, how do you even fake $14 million worth of wheelchair repairs? Well, it's surprisingly simple. You just bill for the same parts over and over and over again. We're talking over 100 times for the same part in some cases. And the best part? Many of the patients they billed for didn't even use wheelchairs. One bedridden patient racked up over $736,000 in phantom repairs. That's more than some people make in a lifetime of actual work. Now I know what you're thinking. John, this is America. Surely someone was keeping an eye on these things? Well, that's the thing about fraud, folks. It tends to fly under the radar until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, it explodes like a confetti cannon filled with subpoenas. In this case, it was the FBI, the Department of Health and Human Services, and a whole posse of Texas law enforcement agencies that finally caught wind of the Yzaguirre scheme. They had been living the high life, funded by their ill-gotten gains, but as they say, all good cons must come to an end. The feds swooped in, slapped them with a whole heap of charges, and suddenly their days of easy street were over. So what did our entrepreneurial couple spend their $14 million on? Well, buckle up because it's a wild ride. We're talking cryptocurrency and not just Bitcoin. They had Ethereum, Dogecoin, and even Meowcoin. Yes, Meowcoin, the official cryptocurrency of internet cats. Because why not? But that's not all. They also had a thing for collectibles. We're talking a Johnny 5 robot prop from the movie Short Circuit specialty Lego sets, Star Wars, Transformers, Batman, you name it, and enough video games to fill an arcade. And let's not forget the 23.4-acre plot of land, the 2017 Acura NSX, and the Louis Vuitton and Prada bags. Because nothing says I'm defrauding the American healthcare system like designer handbags. But alas, their reign of extravagance was not to last. In April 2025, the walls finally closed in. Jeremiah and Maria Luisa Yzaguirre, faced with a mountain of evidence, decided to cut their losses and plead guilty to conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud. As part of their plea deal, they've agreed to pay back $9.25 million. That's a lot of Meowcoin. They're also facing up to 10 years in prison and a hefty fine. Their sentencing is scheduled for August 4th, 2025. Until then, they're out on bond, probably trying to figure out how to liquidate their Lego collection. This whole saga is a stark reminder that healthcare fraud is a serious crime. A crime that costs taxpayers billions of dollars each year. It's a crime that robs people of vital healthcare resources. And it's a crime that deserves to be punished to the fullest extent of the law. And that, my friends, is the real takeaway here.